We back. You know what I might try? I feel like with this background, that wow, that YouTubers are good at that. With this background here, I'm gonna try my lamp and see how cool that looks. If it looks cool, I kind of want this to look cool. Let me put my lamp in here, and I'll lower the lights too. Let's see. Ooh. Okay. That's that. Let me turn the lights off. I need more lights. Why not? Is that decent? How's that look? Oh my god. Ooh. Oh, perfect. It's lit. Well, could be better. I need a better light, I think. Working in the dark is also weird as fuck. What am I doing? Can I get more light? Probably not. That's fine. I'll deal with this for now. Anyway, I'm out of water. My girlfriend is in Togo. She's about to go to bed. Let me text her back real quick, actually, before I start this. Otherwise, I'll be in trouble. I think we're fine. Anyway, let's get to it. Relax. All right, FizzBuzz. I've heard it's pretty easy, but let's just do it anyway. Let me take a picture of this. All right. I'm erasing my board. I've heard of FizzBuzz before, and I can't remember how to really solve it. All right. 30 minutes or less, let's get it. Given an integer, return the string array answer, one indexed, where answer at I equals FizzBuzz if I is divisible by 3 and 5. Or where answer at I equals Fizz if I is divisible by 3. Answer at I equals Buzz if it's divisible by 5. Answer I equals I as a string if none of the above conditions are true. Oh, so for like each condition, wait, whoa, what? Okay, so given an int, we're returning an array of strings, and the array of strings contains basically markers if certain conditions are true, right? So given n, return a string array answer where answer at I. So what is I? I am confused. What the fuck? So the ith index of the array equals FizzBuzz if I. Wait, oh, is this saying like 1 to n? Oh, okay. So from 1 to n, fill this array with answers, basically. Okay. So given, let's take an easy one and we'll do a hard one to see if our code gets better. So given the integer 3, n equals 3. I mean, let me try this on the console, right? Because an interview, especially for a remote job, I can't do my whiteboard without showing it. Okay, I'll call it test case 1, and we'll just say basically that n is equal to 3, and our answer should be 1, 2, and Fizz. Okay. And so we'd have to take a look. So we count. So from 1 to n, which is 1, 2, and 3, So let's look at our 4 conditions, right? We've got, is 1 divisible by 3 and 5? No. Is it divisible by 3 or 5? No. Therefore, we just get the string, which is why we have the 1. Then we take a look at 2 divisible by 3 and 5? No. 3 or 5? No. That means we just get 2. Then we get 3. Divisible by 3 and 5? No. Divisible by 3? Yes. Therefore, we just get fizz. Right? So what if it was not 5, 3 and 5 gets FizzBuzz? Okay, let's talk about other conditions, right? So 3 and 5 FizzBuzz, but you don't go anywhere else from there, okay? So does it still make sense to check it in this order? The last case is that if it's 3 and 5, right? And then 3 or 5. Okay, so let's say we take a look at each number. We first check if it's divisible by 3 and 5. And that means, I'm guessing, like, mod. Is that mod? The remainder should equal 0, right? So 3 mod 3 is 0. Okay. So if I mod 3 equals 0 and I mod 5 equals 0, then we get FizzBuzz. If I mod 3 equals 0, we get fizz. Otherwise, if I mod 5 equals 0, we get buzz. Otherwise, if none of those cases hit, we just add the answer to. So the format looks something like this. We can say for, what? I was gonna say I, for I guess in range of n. From 1 to n plus 1. Is that the format? I think range, I keep forgetting range is inclusive or exclusive. I think range is, or is it a comma? Yeah, it's a comma. I think range is exclusive. So like, if the range is of n, it goes 0, 1, 2. So one index, so 1 to n plus 1. So we get 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So our first test case was if, we also need our answer. So our answer is an array of strings. We can even type it. Let's say list of strings, right? And we can say also add list here. Oh. So you say if, and so if it's a mod function in Python too, right? There's like a mod function, but there's also like, I guess not. Yeah, okay, cool. So if I mod 3 equals 0, and if I mod 5 equals 0, then answer dot append fizz buzz, right? And if that's the case, we need an elif, not an else. Elif, first check 5, or first check 3. If I mod 3 equals 0, then answer dot append what fizz. Then last one, elif I mod 5 equals 0, then answer dot append. And then none of these hit, so that way we just do an else statement and do answer dot append the string version of I. At the end, we would just return answer. Is that valid? Does that work, guys? Is that everything we need? I'm pretty sure. Let's run that. Okay. Cool, man. Cool. Now, can this be... Let's submit that as a working solution. Thank God. Beats 88% of solutions. So how do we get a faster solution? Well, we have to generate the list anyway. So space-wise, I think we're pretty much where we need to be. Now, runtime is still n, right? But the way we're iterating is what? We're saying that for each, in the range, I'm not sure how to make it faster. I mean, you can't make a for loop faster. The only thing modifiable is how we're adding stuff to the list. Yeah, I know. Let's find out from other solutions and see what. There's a LeetCode official. Let's look at LeetCode's official solution with it, but they have a couple approaches. Okay. Python. And they put it as, okay, they added some extra stuff there. So we could lower the times we do the mod operation, but we're pending FizzBuzz and then else. And then, okay, yeah. So I have the LeetCode solution coded up, which is cool, except for the fact that we, O of 1 space, because it's constant, O of n runtime. This is the naive approach, right? Okay. Well, string concatenation. This approach won't reduce the asymptotic complexity, but proves to be a neater solution. With FizzBuzz comes with a twist. What if FizzBuzz is now FizzBuzz Jazz? So FizzBuzz is about cases and how your cases can grow exponentially. So the idea is that if you have too many conditions to check, then you have if statements just stacking. Okay, got you. So if FizzBuzz mappings increase, okay, what's the algorithm? Well, it's going to be check for divisibility by given numbers, 3, 5. If the number is divisible, concatenate the corresponding string mapping, fizz or buzz to the current answer string. If we're checking, so for example, if we're checking for number 15, that would be condition 1. 15 divided by 3, fizz, then add buzz, FizzBuzz. Okay. Okay. Wow. Runtime is the same. I'll look at that one later. So if they're doing like FizzBuzz Jazz, divisible by 357. So wait, so why did they get rid of the 7? So you improve the other solution by basically saying that we're gonna do the same checks. So if at this point, if not, and so this is, I guess, empty. The string is empty, and we're saying that, okay, if not, then just get the string as a number and append that. Okay, so if I had like a 7, I could say divisible by 3, 5, 7. And it only adds what it needs to, versus it's kind of factory. No. It seems kind of like factory, but I don't think it's factory. Nothing valuable here. Okay. The better solution is to, what do they describe? They didn't actually concatenate. They didn't actually do FizzBuzz jazz. They just kind of said like, so the third one is hash it. Optimizes approach 2. Our limited approach 2 looks good. But what if we face a tricky interviewer and he decides to add too many mappings? Having a condition for every mapping is not feasible. Or maybe we can say the code might get ugly and tough to maintain. What if tomorrow we have to change a mapping or delete a mapping? Are we going to change the code every time we modify the mappings? I guess not. You can put all these mappings in a hash table. Put all the mappings in a hash table. The hash table FizzBuzz hash would look something like 3, 5. Iterate over 1 through n for every number. Iterate over the FizzBuzz hash. Check for divisibility. Cool. So you could even pass in this and just pass in like, here's what. Yeah. Okay. Now divisors 3 and 5. So for every key in divisors, which could just be pulled from the FizzBuzz dict, I guess. If equals 0, append it. If not, and then do a dot join on it. Not plus equals. Plus equals is bad. I don't know why they did that in that solution. Plus equals is not good. But they said append the current answer to, right. So for every divisor, which could just be keys anyway, so add to the answer if it's divisible by the key. If our answer is currently empty, then just append the number as a string. Okay, cool. If the naive selection, it's not so naive now, is it? It's naive if you're gonna consider like growing the list, then you'd have to consider a list of, you wanna pass in like a list of divisors, as you saw here, right? A list of divisors, and then you want to iterate over that and say, okay, based on what's divisible, we're gonna concatenate and build this string answer together, and then append that to the actual response as one of our responses in the list. And then if none of them are divisible, we can just do a quick check to say, okay, if this answer is currently like null or empty, whatever, and then we just append the. So at that point, so you're removing the dependency on specifically knowing the numbers it's divisible by and their answers by creating a dictionary. You can even pass that in and say, okay, check for divisibility, right? Cool. Cuckoo. All right, man. That was 15 minutes. Over. Good. And we understand now, even now, that like, okay, if they said, okay, we're gonna make it worse, then how would you handle that? Well, you'd probably pull one thing out. So in the second solution, how do they make it better? By doing string concatenation. So the idea is that we're not quite at the hash, right? We're kind of in between the naive solution and the hash. So we're saying that the best solution, so coming up with the first solution probably shouldn't be where you go, right? You might want to say by 3 first, add fizz. So if divisible by 3 first, add fizz. If also divisible by 5, add buzz. Otherwise, if we have no answer so far, that means it was not divisible by 3 or 5. Then we can just add. That's the solution we should look for, I think. Now, will I get this interview? I doubt it. FizzBuzz is such an easy problem that I don't think a mid-level engineer would get that, but we're learning, so congrats, you studied. I'm going to cut this session off and probably do the next one right now as try to look at modeling out the notification system I'm building. I need to build out the, what's it called? I'll talk about it in this video. Never mind. Peace.